Back in 2018, I was one of the designers for the major tech conference in Ilorin. And I had these signature illustrations that I use in every of my designs. And these signature illustrations is of Ilorin landmarks. So think of it as the most important places in Ilorin. So one day, one of my organizing friends from one of those tech conferences texted me and said, Ariel, someone is stealing your design. Look at this link. You might find it interesting. So when I opened the link, I saw a slightly altered version of my illustration. And instead of getting mad, because it was obviously copied, I thought to myself, and I asked myself a question: why are we gatekeeping designs, right? Are people not meant to be inspired by design? Is life not design itself? Everything that we've done from beginning till the end, was it not inspired by someone somewhere? So I cleaned up the design and I made an open source version of that design. I made it in a way where no one needed my permission to use those illustrations, and anyone could just use it from anywhere without having to credit me. So after doing that, I saw something that surprised me. And this was that every or almost every tech event I attended in Ilorin, there's someone that has used that illustration in one way or another without even realizing that I was a creator. In fact, there was one day that I went to a design workshop and one designer was talking about how that design made his work faster when he was designing the banner for his event. And after that whole thing, I thought to myself, what if I could bring out, or what if I could collaborate with other creatives to create something similar that speeds up design workflows? And I connected with Angie, she's an amazing designer, and we created headers and footer. So the logic was, if you're building a website, you don't have to build it from scratch. You could just use that header and footer, and it speeds up your workflow. It was used by thousands of people around the world. I connected with Elvis Obi and Andy Kambasi and other amazing designers, and we created something called the Designer's Toolkit, where there were contracts and guides for newbie designers, where that helps UI designers to create their designs. And that was used by thousands of people around the world as well. And this sort of create like a thought in my mind where it was like, okay, this is an amazing future we're creating for everyone. And it has got me to travel mostly around Africa to talk about what open source design means to people. I've seen ideas by designers in Nigeria, inspired talks in Ghana, and I've seen ideas by Kenyan or templates that are created in Kenya, inspired talks in Europe, right? So now in the era of AI, it's more important than ever that our processes should be open sourced. And our design should not feel like something we have to own, or feel like if someone was inspired by it or they create something very similar to ours, they've stole our design, right? So if we make our design processes more public, we're creating an ethical future for ourselves, especially with AI. Because we have to realize that every concept around how AI is designed is processes that humans have designed. So if we create designs that AI could be inspired by and is public and other people can spot its bias and correct that, we will create an ethical future for ourselves. So what have we seen? We've seen that if you dare open to share that file, not only could it help other designers, but shape the future that we want and help build AI for ourselves. Thank you.